So unless you've been living under a rock and you ain't got no friends in the FGC, you wouldn't know. But if you are one of us, you would already know that we had Texas Showdown this past weekend. And boy, was it a show. Listen, okay? We have seen Potemkin win. Alright? I know that's crazy. I know it doesn't sound right. But we have seen a Potemkin win. And if you want your Potemkin to win everywhere across the world, hit me with a sub. Stop playing. You know what I mean? I gotta ask. Now, back to Potemkin. I know you guys got some issues. Now, based on the thumbnail, you might be thinking, what? Those are things that Potemkin is top tier now that he won a regional. I'm sitting there, I don't know, bro. Honestly, so here's the thing. Obviously, I am of the opinion of play what you want. And if you don't believe that, I have multiple videos. I can put one up at the top that you can check it out where I've told you play what you want. Now, with that being said, is Potemkin suddenly top tier now? No. However, what I am saying is that this character, number one, has sauce, and number two, has the ability to win. And that's why I always push for you guys to play what you would like to play. Although Snake Eyes definitely had to skill diff all of his opponents, like half. You know what I mean? Like half. Realistically, it's once you get in, you're kind of cooking. You know what I mean? Like you just get in there and like, alright, you in my face, make a mistake. I dare you, make a mistake. So the reason why I believe that Snake Eyes was able to do so well with Potemkin is that I believe that he's mastered the art of defense with Potemkin. Not as a whole, I'd say with Potemkin. How you have to approach defense with Potemkin is very precise. If you watch his matches, you'll notice that he's choosing backdash, back mega fist in very specific spots, on top of which he does not let a single projectile go unpunished, dare I say. And it's very focused upon getting stealing momentum from the opponent and allowing yourself to go crazy after that point. Because a lot of the time we end up seeing like, okay, I have the upper hand on Potemkin, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna start cooking him, and you know, maybe you may push him to the corner, and you're like, okay, let me start my defense, let me start my shenanigans and hooligans and whatnot. And Snake Eyes has an understanding of what each character wants to do, how their game plan runs, and how it's, you know, how it functions. By understanding how each character functions, you can ideally find ways to defend against the nonsense. Of course, some of it is like legit 50-50, so it becomes very difficult to deal with, but that's the essential idea. Now, the reason why I say this is important, because a lot of people online like to complain. I'm going back to this again. A lot of people online love to complain. Why? I don't know. It's their favorite pastime. Snake Eyes, to me, is the understanding that you just need to shut up and play. We have heard some complaints from Snake Eyes, and we've even heard the fact that this is probably the only tournament that he's going to compete in. And you know what? That's okay. It is what it is. But the thing is that regardless of that, if you see his character level on Potemkin, it's insanely high. The reason being is that like for 3-4 hours a day, pops on the stream, pops on the game, and he plays people. And then when he gets got by something, you know what he does? He goes to the lab. He's like, I don't like the fact that he did that to me. He labs it out. He's like, okay, what are my answers? What can I do? He goes, and then he implements them. He tries to implement them next time he sees an opponent that does that, right? A lot of the time we spend more time complaining about, oh, my character can't do it, and oh, I'm suffering and all of this and just woe is me mentality, instead of just like, you know what are my options? Let me just keep playing. Let me figure it out and we move. But no, instead we gotta dwell on it and we gotta think about it some more, and we gotta figure out as to why Arxis is unfair and why Arxis loves certain characters and not my own. And you end up bogging yourself down with that sort of mentality. Earlier on, I didn't actually make a video on it, but there's this Kai player that went around talking about how his potential is stunted by the weakness of Kai. And you're just like, bro, there are characters that are doing it. There are people that are doing it without the best things in the game. And you have by far one of the best RC special moves into RC that there ever was. Because that move is ridiculous. 5 frame low, you already know what it is. It is crazy how people would much rather sit there and complain instead of just shut up and play the game. Shut up, play the game, learn what you can do, learn what your options are. I stay saying this. I talk about it in every video in regards to a tier list. Why? Because it's important. You gotta learn how to deal with things, because not everything is going to be in your favor, but how you decide to deal with things is important. Not only for just video games, but for life. Because not everything is going to be optimal, not everything is going to be in your favor, but how you respond to it is completely up to you. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. On top of which, if anyone wants to say that, oh, it's only Snake Eyes doing it, I implore you to look up the mix-up that happened this weekend in EU, where Italian Potemkin player he received third to a Sin between a Happy Chaos player and a Sin Chip player. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about, oh, it's only Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is OD. Snake Eyes is the only one who can do it. No, there were other fellas out there that were cooking with Potemkin. You just gotta open your eyes, stop complaining, and play the game. Anyways, how do you feel about the things that happened this weekend? Let me know in the comments below. And I gotta ask, if you enjoy the content, just let me know with a little sub and we move from there. Thanks so much for your time. Have a good one. Peace.